What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol back with another video. Today, Mando Mondays kicks off with a ridiculous statue from Sideshow Collectibles. Let's talk about it. That's right, guys. Ryan back with another video today. I was planning on releasing my 6 Scales news episode tonight, so come back tomorrow for that one, because honestly, I wanted to talk about this Mandalorian statue from Sideshow Collectibles. So early this morning on Star Wars, they put this thing out. They said we got Mando Mondays. We've got more child Funko Pops, which everybody saw that coming. More Mandalorian Funko Pops. We've got Black Series figures, which I'll be honest with you, they look kind of silly. I mean, I just don't like them. I won't be buying them. They've got a Lego set for the child, which is pretty much this is a child everything. It's one of those things. And then in addition to that, Sideshow, which they Star Wars leaked it first. The Star Wars site leaked it first, and then I don't know. I guess they had a deal. Anyways, Sideshow Collectibles has created, I'm sure, in conjunction with somebody, because it's a licensed product, Sideshow Collectibles has created a Mandalorian and child premium format, which was honestly a no-brainer. You knew it was coming, and I'm excited that it's coming. But I have some questions about this particular one they're giving us. There's some things I like about it, some things I don't like about it. We'll talk about that, and we'll decide whether or not we're going to be buying this statue or not. And we'll kind of talk about that. But we knew it was coming. I guess let's just talk about it. I got my iPad here. I got these photos. I'll put them up on the screen for you guys. The initial reaction to this thing was like, "Holy crap! This thing is flipping awesome!" Finally, and it might have been Mando hype. Mando Mondays is a thing now, evidently, for the next few weeks. So that's going to be a thing. Was it the initial hype of it, just going, hey, now I can have a Mandalorian premium format in the studio, which is awesome because I've got a bunch of other statues coming from Sideshow. Super excited about those. But after looking at it, I got some questions. I have some concerns, have some questions, and I don't know where to go for this. So I'm going to put these up on the screen. Let's talk about this thing for a second, and we'll kind of flip through. There's not many photos, so let's just talk about the photos. Before we do that, if you want to pre-order this, there's links down below for Sideshow Collectibles and also Collector Zone. If you want to pre-order through Collector Zone, I hear there's a little something special going on in the Collector Zone Cantina, which is their Facebook group. I'll put a link down for that down below. Regardless of that, if you're a member of that or not, you can use the code PATROL at checkout and you save 5% from Collector Zone. The prices you're going to see on Collector Zone site is the shipped price. That's sales tax, shipping, everything's included. Sideshow is going to give you the pre-sales tax, pre-shipping price. So you decide whichever one you want to buy from, but those are your options from them. This particular photo, this first one, guys, you got a lot of stuff going on with this thing, okay? And I've seen complaints about this already this morning, and again, like I said, initial hype, I was all for it, and then I'm like, oh man, I don't know. And the reason being, if you look at this first photo, and I try to, as a photographer, I try to take that into account, okay? Take that into account. The angle of this shot, what lens they used. Did they use a wide angle lens for this thing? What kind of lens distortion are we having with this photo? But taking all of that into account, I think the front, I'm looking at the photo here, the front left shoulder is too far articulated for how the Mandalorian walks. Like, I don't think he walks like that. I don't. I'll have to go back and watch it. I've been watching, I've seen all the episodes like 3 or 4 times already. Watched it multiple times. But I don't recall him walking like this. I don't recall that. So what's throwing it off for me is the front shoulder. If you were doing a pose on a 6 scale figure, the front shoulder is up too high and his front shoulder is rotated too far forward. And he's got this like back shoulder thing going. It's almost like the lean back thing, like he's leaning back. And so that's got, and what it's doing, because he's got that Beskar armor shoulder plate on there, that's making it even brighter because there's a hot spot there on the light. And it just looks humongous. It looks humongous. And you got to decide whether or not you like that or you don't like that. My initial thought on the pose is the waist articulation is too far. Like I think they went probably, and I'm making this up. They probably went about 20 degrees too far on that shoulder rotation in. And I think that's what's throwing people off. If he had been a little bit more late, because Mando, he moves with purpose, but he doesn't move like, I don't know. He's a Mandalorian. That's how I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. So I have a little bit of issue with that. Just the pose off the bat. So there's that. I'm looking at the pram with the child in it, which I think is flipping awesome that they're putting the child in this pram, but it does not look like the one in the show. So I'm gonna say it's a spoiler for the ones that are coming in the show, like a newer one. So I'm gonna say this is his new one. That's all I can say, because it definitely doesn't look like the one from the show, at least to my recollection. So I'm gonna say this is a little bit of a spoiler. He's getting an upgrade. Is he getting the Beskar armor pram? I don't know. I don't hate it. I think the ivory bone colored pram would have looked better with the color palette going on with this statue. I think that color palette would have looked better, but this might be film, or I guess film. It's film. It might be film accurate. Okay, I don't know. So there's that. So I love that it's actually floating and we don't have a giant like acrylic pole sitting up to support it. I think that's awesome. How they're doing that, they're connected into the cape. I'm perfectly fine with that. I have no issues with that whatsoever. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, let me move on to this next photo. Looking at the back of this thing, based on the lighting, based on the photography and the lighting, this does not look, how can I put this? Sideshow Collectibles and their team of artists and painters, they can take sculpted materials and make it look like fabric. Like I've seen it time and time and time again, like on the Spider-Man figures and just different things where they make it look like fabric, even though it's not. This one, at least the photos I'm looking at, I've got to take that into account. Right? I'm looking at the lighting, I'm looking at everything. It doesn't have that look. Now, maybe they weren't going for that super realistic look. Maybe they're going for that more, I guess, polystone look. Bella and Tucker are talking now, they agree. But it doesn't look like fabric, okay? And I know it's not fabric, but they have the ability to paint and sculpt and do things in a way that looks like fabric and translate on the sculpt. This one, I don't feel like they did that. So I don't know if this is the final production stuff, if this was like something they rushed to get out for photos for the Mando Mondays. I don't know, but I do have some concerns with that realism part of it, because we've got maybe Asajj Ventress coming in, the Mythos statues coming in. I don't know. That's one of my issues. You guys can let me know down below what your thoughts on that. What I like the walking pose. I'm down with that. I think that looks great. I love that the cape has that movement in it, so it's gonna support the pram. I love that he's got his rifle on his back. That's awesome. Big fan of that. And man, those dogs are going crazy downstairs. They are really excited about something. Maybe they're excited about the statue. I don't know. But let's fast forward to this next photo. All right, so this is the other thing. I saw people complaining about the child statue part of this piece. I think it's due to the lighting. I think the white balance is a little weird. If that's the actual color of the paint, I doubt it is. I bet it's a little bit warmer on the paint. So I think the white balance is off. If you look at the photos of this thing, I feel like the white balance shifted from the all orange, background, fog effect thing until their solid paper backdrop that they used for this other one. The white balance cooled down quite a bit, so I don't think the child is actually going to look that blue. I think it's going to be more of a daylight balance, a warmer tone to the greens, and I think that's going to look better. The expression it's fine. It's better than if he was like laying back being half asleep, so that's fine. I don't mind that. I already have the life-size child coming from Sideshow Collectibles with the statue, and probably the Hot Toy figure, probably that one as well. But so I didn't really need another one. I would have been perfectly fine just getting the Mandalorian by himself and nothing else. I'd have been perfectly fine with that. But moving on to the next one, let's see if I can get back to this. He does come with the blaster and the holster. I think that's pretty sick. I'm a big fan of that. The Mudhorn sigil, the whistling birds on the wrist. I think it's a cool piece. So I guess the question is do we buy it? Or do we not buy it? I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. I don't know. I want a Mandalorian quarter scale piece in the collection. If Hot Toys is going to drop a quarter scale piece, that would be pretty sick. I'd probably buy that. I think a lot of people would. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Are you in on this? Are you not in on this? Have you already bought it? If you have, why? I mean, I just want to know. At the end of the day, I'm probably going to pick it up. They didn't announce a edition size, so I don't know if it's limited to a certain number or whatever. The base is a little boring. Gotta be honest with you, the base is a little but I'm not against it. I just haven't decided if I'm for it yet. And that's odd for me, because usually I'm just like decision made, let's just do this and go. When I saw Asajj Ventress, day one pre-order. Kenobi, day one pre-order. Maul, day one pre-order. All those Mythos figures, done. I mean, just didn't even question it. This one I'm having some reservations on, and maybe you can help me out. So that's what I've got today. Guys, let me know if you are picking this piece up. If you want to check out Collector's Own, again, link down in the description below. Check out Sideshow Collectibles, where I get Hot Toys, statues, all kinds of different things. And if you haven't checked out my Facebook group, Jedha Patrol, you should definitely do that, because it is an awesome place to be. Guys, as always, collect what you like. See you next time.